Shri Gurupyo Namaha. Hello students, hope you are all fine. I am Rukmani from Punvidyashram. Today's session begins with the first chapter from the Ratnasagar English Reader. The name of the chapter is The Adventure of the Blue Carbuncle by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. First, let me just give you a short introduction about the author. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle is best remembered as the creator of the famous detective Sherlock Holmes. He was born in Edinburgh, Scotland on 22nd May 1859 into an Irish Roman Catholic family of noted artistic achievement. He was a versatile and complex personality. He was physician by education, keen sportsman, creator of the world's most famous fictional detective Sherlock Holmes, author of historical and social novels, and active spiritualist. Sherlock Holmes, a brilliant London-based consulting detective famous for his astute observation, deductive reasoning, and forensic skills to solve difficult cases. Holmes, one of the best known and most popular characters in English literature, is not only a successful master detective, but he is the epitome of the Victorian and imperial values. Arthur Conan Doyle still remains one of the most popular British authors and a national icon. Now, let's get into the chapter. Let me first tell you the meaning of the word carbuncle. Carbuncle refers to a precious gemstone. Hope you understand what the story is about. Yes. This story follows Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson as they hunt down the people involved in stealing a blue gem which was later found in the gullet of a goose. He concludes that arresting the anguished man will only make him into a more hardened criminal. This is the gist of the story that I have told you. Now let's read the content. Explanations will be given in between, so students pay attention and listen carefully throughout the video. The following extract is adapted from a Sherlock Holmes mystery by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. The detective's famous approach that uses logic and deduction comes into play when he tries to solve the crime. Now, let's get into the content. I called on my friend Sherlock Holmes on the second morning after Christmas. He was sitting on the sofa in a brown dressing gown, holding a pipe with a pile of crumpled morning papers at hand. Beside the couch was a wooden chair. On the back of the chair hung a dirty, worn, hard felt hat. A lens and forceps lay upon the seat of the chair. Obviously, Holmes had hung the hat over the chair in order to examine it. Perhaps I interrupt you, I said. Not at all. I am glad to have a friend with whom I can discuss my results, said Sherlock. The matter is an ordinary one, he continued, but there are some points of interest in it. This paragraph starts with an introduction of two characters, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. The story commences with Dr. Watson meeting his old friend Holmes during the Christmas period. Watson finds Holmes still wearing his dressing gown, holding a pipe, and he saw him sitting with a pile of crumpled morning papers. Crumpled means full of folds. Okay. He noticed a dirty, hard felt hat hung over the chair for examination. Holmes was very happy to see his old friend and tells him that having him there would be more helpful for him to discuss his results about the case. He also says that the matter is an ordinary one, but it has some interesting points in it. I seated myself in his armchair and warmed my hands before his crackling fire. Although it looks very ordinary, a deadly story or crime must be linked to it, I guessed. No crime, laughed Sherlock Holmes. Let me tell you how the hat came here. It was 4 o'clock on Christmas morning, and Peterson, the commissioner, was walking home. A tallish man carrying a fat goose was walking ahead of him on the road. As he reached the end of the street, a little knot of rough men attacked the man with the goose. One of the hoodlums knocked off the tall man's hat as he aimed a blow at him. So hoodlum refers to person who engages in crime and violence. Holmes started explaining him how the hat came here. So when Peterson, the commissioner, was walking home, he saw a tall man carrying a fat goose ahead on the road. Suddenly, at the end of the street, a group of people attacked the man with the goose. So one of the hoodlum tried to hit the person. So when he tried to attack him, the person's hat fell down. The tall man raised his stick to defend himself and swinging it over his head, smashed the shop window behind him. Peterson rushed forward to protect the victim, but the man, frightened by Peterson's uniform, took to his heels. The roughs also ran away as Peterson approached. So, Peterson was left with the fat goose and the battered hat that the tall man left behind. Peterson wanted to give the goose back to the owner, but faced quite a problem. Mrs. Henry Baker was printed on a small cord that was tied to the goose's left leg. Also, the hat does have the initials HB that have been inscribed on its lining. So victim here refers to a person harmed or injured. Battered means damaged by hard usage. Peterson rushed forward to protect the victim, but the man and the roughs ran off, leaving away the fat goose and the battered hat in the place, seeing Peterson in his uniform. However, there are thousands of bakers in this city and many hundreds of those are Henry Bakers. Peterson brought both hat and goose round to me on Christmas morning as he knows such problems interest me. The goose we kept until this morning when it seemed to be going bad. Peterson will have it cooked today. I thought that I would keep the hat with me. Peterson took the hat and the goose to Holmes and sought his help to find the owner of these. Holmes had returned the goose to Peterson for the commissioner's wife to cook as the goose was starting to spoil and retained the hat with him. Did you advertise in the papers so that the owner can claim the hat? No. Then how will you know who the owner is? We know what we can deduce from this hat. But you are joking. I don't see what you can deduce from this battered hat. Here is my lens. You know my methods. What can you gather about the man who owns this hat? I took the tattered object in my hands and turned it over rather ruefully. It was a very ordinary black hat of the usual round shape, hard and much of the worse for wear. Tattered means old and torn. Ruefully means filled with regret or sorrow. Much of the worse for wear means severely worn out. Now, Watson asked him whether he advertised anything about the hat in the newspaper to find out the owner. But Holmes replied no. He also asked Watson to deduce something from the battered hat. The lining had been of red silk, but was good deal discolored. We have come to the end of the session. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.